All right, so we're going to talk about this memo situation from John Stankey. This article is from the Business Insider. I'll drop the link down below in the description. So AT&T's CEO, John Stankey, made some, I guess, bitter comments about the workforce and his approach and where he sees the company going and how he pretty much feels about employees and what's expected of them and how he plans to handle difficult situations. The return to office mandate from AT&T has been one of the worst executed mandates for as far as RTO implementations has been, right? They've done a horrible job. There's been a number of news outlets, content creators have done videos and discussions. It's a well-known fact that this was one of the worst return to office policies probably that we've ever seen. It's really bad, right? We had people sleeping in the hallway. We had employees fighting over parking, just a giant mess. And, there's nothing wrong with AT&T wanting employees back into the office. They may find that their staff, when pulling reports on work, maybe they found that the people that were in office did a better job than the ones that were working from home. Maybe they were less efficient working from home. Maybe they weren't doing enough, or the productivity level was just poor. Maybe some people work better in an office. Sometimes they're distracted at home. But nonetheless, it's the approach, right? Like, if you wanted people back in, you should have had desks for them. You should have had equipment ready. You should have had parking spaces if they're entitled to a parking space. These are things that they didn't. They kind of rushed it back, and they had people from different locations all coming to one office, and it just didn't work out, right? So what really has people upset about his recent comments is kind of that he thinks that workforce loyalty is dead, or in his mind needs to die, and he's just the man to basically bring that to life, right? That idea of where the traditional way of working, right? Coming to an office, suit and tie, being professional, working really hard. At the end of the year, you get your review, you sit down, people, dictate whether or not you're doing good or bad, and then if you're doing really well and you're outperforming your peers in your departments, you'll get a raise, right? Whatever that is. Maybe you'll get a bonus too, depending on what type of company you work for, if they offer bonuses or not. Otherwise, you'll just kind of stay the same, right? Or you might get written up, fired, whatever it is, right? That's how the reviews work. However, he's saying that it really doesn't matter if you're doing a really good job or not. He's trying to bring fear into this equation and pretty much kind of threatening and using, I guess, artificial intelligence as a way to kind of motivate you to do a better job. Per se that, a robot can do the same job you can. However, they won't question anything. Meaning that if a manager asked you to have a report done by 5 o'clock, you're probably gonna either say, well, that's gonna be hard because I have all these other things to do, or I'm a little busy, can I get it to you a little later? You'll probably come up with something human-like, right, answer because, right? Let's say it's 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock and you only have 2 or 3 hours to finish, but you have other tasks to complete that they don't care about, right? A robot will just go yes and just do it and not worry about anything else and not care. There's no emotion in it, right? That's kind of what he's saying here. And it's a ridiculous way to look at it, to compare a human worker to a robot. Not that AI can't help, right? Not that machines don't work, right? Not that the process, the coding that, someone can make can be more efficient and help the workforce. To completely and solely rely on it is probably just a bad idea, right? I think we can all agree to that. And it's also, it's not a human-like way of thinking, right? This is, it's really hard to kind of, how do you summarize this without bashing artificial intelligence, right? But I think you get what I'm saying. We need to have people in chairs that work. Now, some people are undeserving of jobs. Some people, they do a really bad job. They have a bad demeanor. They just don't give a hoot about any of it. And maybe those are the ones that you need to kind of pull aside and be like, listen, you know, you're not doing good, okay? We don't want to let you go, but you're not doing good, etc. Some people need that conversation. But it seems like even if you're doing a good job, he doesn't care. Like, there's no loyalty. That's basically where the confusion here is for many about his comments, is that, you know, you should be doing good. Don't expect anything from it. You're being paid. You should be doing 100% of your job requirements. And if you're not, remember, AI can do it for you. You know, that's basically why a lot of people are just kind of like, you know, pushing back at these comments, because it is kind of and it's very odd how brutally honest he is with it. Like, that's the thing. We know that that's how corporate America or any job really feels, right? It doesn't matter if you're working in an office, if you're a maintenance worker, you're a train conductor, bus driver. Like, at the end of the day, your job is to make that company money. If your job is to drive a bus, that's how you make money for the company, right? You pick up the people. You're not picking up the people. Nobody's getting on. They're not making money. And they don't want that, right? They want you to pick every single passenger up, whether they're drunk, nasty, doesn't matter. Your job is to pick them up. Now, whether or not you do it, of course, that's on you. And, you know, for safety reasons, sometimes you can't. But at the end of the day, if your job found out that you didn't pick that person up because they were cursing at you, they don't even care, right? They don't even care if you have to deal with that, because you're being paid in their mind to deal with anything. And, you know, we know how that is, and we don't agree with that mentality, but that's how a CEO like John Stankey thinks. Like, you should be doing whatever you need to do to make us money. And if you don't want to do it, there's the door. So, yeah. And he goes on to kind of say how he's okay with this change, and he thinks smaller workforces are better, meaning that he's all for AI, pretty much, that he's cool with that. He thinks that maybe this is the way to go. It's the modern way to do things, is to have less people in the office and have more coding being done. So, you know, what the coders don't understand is that they're going to be replaced by their own code. So they'll literally be nobody. Again, this is a long article, and you guys can read it, check it out. There's comments from some people, I guess, and there's like comparisons to like, you know, Meta's approach and stuff. It's pretty good, I think. But I just kind of wanted to tap in with you guys and give you the update here and kind of let you know, I guess, what's been going on with the situation here, and to pretty much have him come right out and say it is just kind of interesting. He basically says that some of you may have started your tour with this company expecting an employment deal rooted in loyalty. He says, we have consciously shifted away from some of these elements. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Like, you're here, you're going to do what you need to do, but that whole, you know, you've been with this company a long time, you're doing a good job, you deserve a bump, you know, in salary, you deserve a promotion to a better position, maybe one a little less hard for you, maybe a little easier work. No, not here. Not under his wing, should I say, or under his, you know, way of managing, you know, best way to put it, right, I guess. But yeah, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to comment down below in the comment section. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.